Hi everyone, and welcome to this very special read aloud. I know this looks a little different than how our read alouds usually go, but that is for very good reason. We are going to be reading in this video and in the next one stories from an adventure series called Samsoon's Adventures, and these are from a Korean American author named Soonju Kim, and she reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in sharing these stories here on the channel. She sent me some information and I looked at what the stories were about, and I very quickly said yes. And I said yes because they are stories that are just so beautiful, not just in how they look, but in their message, in their meaning. So I did not have to think about it for very long. So I said yes, and then Suju sent me the stories. Soonju is Korean American, and she's also based here on the East Coast of the United States, which is pretty cool because that's where we are based. But part of the reason why her stories are so beautiful is that they are inspired by her upbringing in Korea, time spent with her grandmother, and Korean fairy tales. And you can really see that in the art style and the messages that are portrayed, and they are just so beautiful. In all of my interactions with Suju, she is just such a sweet person. She's got the most just beautiful energy, and you can really feel it through all of her communications and her writing. And so I'm going to have all of her stuff linked, wherever. She's on Goodreads, she's on Amazon. But without further ado, let's go ahead and read these stories.
Welcome to this reading of Samsoon and the Moon, written and illustrated by Soonju Kim. Samsoon lived in a forest far away. Each day, Samsoon rose and slept in her cave. By Samsoon's cave, she observed the townspeople with happy families and friends. Happiness seemed so far away. Samsoon looked up at the moon each night, longing to go to the moon, glowing brightly above her. One autumn day, as the townspeople gathered to get ready for the yearly autumn festival, Chuseok, Samsoon went to sleep to the sounds of the Chuseok ceremony. In Samsoon's dream, she met her grandmother, praying to a wishing bowl by the moon. So that evening, Samsoon went inside and prayed diligently to a wishing bowl by the moon as well. To Samsoon's surprise, a rabbit jumped out from the wishing bowl and exclaimed, "Samsoon, Samsoon, we heard your plea, but there is a reason why you are here. Look at your cave. The walls are leaking. Why don't you help us patch the cave?" So Samsoon rose with the rabbits and patched the cave. Weeks went by, and as the leaves withered away, Samsoon watched the townspeople laughing and dancing with much joy, ready for the new year. As the town grew in festive spirits, Samsoon circled around and around the wishing bowl, longing to go to the moon. "Help," said the butterfly. Samsoon, startled, looked inside the wishing bowl and found a butterfly with broken wings resting. The butterfly continued, "Samsoon, I know you wish to go to the moon, but be wise and help me instead. Why don't you patch up my wings for me?" So Samsoon ran into her cave and patched the butterfly's wings. Weeks went by, turning winter into spring. Every day Samsoon rose and slept in her cave. One spring evening, Samsoon woke up to the sounds of birds chirping in close distance. Samsoon walked outside and found a mother bird on a tree. The mother bird called out, "Samsoon, my baby birds need some milk. Would you be kind enough to get us some?" Samsoon saw how high the tree was. She cried out, "But you are so high, and I do not know how to climb." The mother bird replied, "Samsoon, you can do it. Just let go, and before you know it, you will reach us." Samsoon repeated, "I am still afraid." Samsoon looked up at the night sky with fear in her eyes. As if the stars heard Samsoon's plea, each vibrant star began to fall, one by one, forming a ladder. "See, we believe in you. Don't be afraid," the mother bird smiled. Samsoon held a jar of milk, climbed the starry ladder, and fed the hungry baby birds. Weeks went by, turning spring into summer. The seeds turned into sprouting plants, reaching out to a clear sky, but the rabbits, butterfly, and birds could not find Samsoon. The rabbits called out, "Samsoon, where are you?" The butterfly, now freely flying, called out, "Samsoon, where are you?" The baby birds, now healthy, joined along, calling out, "Samsoon." Samsoon remained in her cave, the cave now flooding with tears. Samsoon whispered, I wish to go to the moon. As Samson shuffled around, still crying, a small fish swimming by called out, Samson, don't you see us all around you? Come follow me. I know where to take you, said the fish. The small friendly fish wrapped their fin around Samson, gently leading her into the water. Both swimming deep, they reached to what looked like a dark night sky. Samson, Samson. Samson opened her eyes. It's me. I am you. Samson opened her eyes even larger and found a glowing star shining ever so brightly. Don't you know, just like how the rabbits, butterfly, and birds cry out to you, I have always been alongside you? Samson extended her arms, reaching for the star. I wish to go home. I wish to go to the moon, Samson cried out. When the time comes, we will meet again. Until then, have courage. Your family needs you, the star responded. With that, Samson rose and greeted the newly awakened season. Beginning a new day with purpose, Samson headed towards the townspeople, marking her footprint with each step in gratitude.